I hate my autistic brother. F. 17. I don't hate autistic people. I just hate my autistic brother. 26. I don't want to hate him, but I can't help it. I was okay with him as a kid, even though he would occasionally beat me up because I was a kid. When I started going through puberty, I realized how much of a fucking burden he was. He's always making noises and walking fast through our house. I can't even bring my friends home. My mom and dad are in depression because of him. And we have fought every day ever since I was a kid. What makes me angry is that he's intelligent and knows everything he's doing. But he won't even drink water alone. My old parents have to take care of him like a baby. I told my mom to send him to therapy too, not only feed him pills, but she said he is autistic and that can't be fixed, and he's going to stay like that forever. My relationship with my dad is even worse than my mom. I don't remember a day past age 9 when he usually talked to me. He is always so aggressive, and I don't think there has been a day when we didn't fight for years. Back to my autistic brother. When I started growing up, I called him out for his shit and told him not to beat me or show any aggressiveness towards me. He would get even more angry and beat me more. I would then threaten him to call the police. The last time he hit me was, I think, 7 months ago. My mom asked me to bring her phone. I went to him. He was sitting with my dad. I told him to give me mom's phone. He got so angry and grabbed my head and slammed it on the wooden door multiple times, and blood came out. I ran to my room, locked it, and called the police. When he realized I called the police, he got even angrier and started to slam my door hard and make angry gorilla noises. I was having a panic attack and talked to the police. But my mom and dad were busy calming my brother down and babying him. When the police arrived, my dad said they were just kids and were playing, and he has autism, so it's not his fault. That day, I was fucking done. I just sat alone and didn't talk to them. They came to my room and started scolding me for calling the police. They said it's my fault. I should have known better than to not mess with him. He's autistic. I should care for him. Blah, blah, blah. I finally lost my shit and I got so angry I started breaking the plates near me. My mom got so angry and said I was insane, and she told my dad to send me to a mental hospital. I don't have an everyday life. I don't go out with my friends. My family fights every day, and I cry myself to sleep every night. My mom still dares to tell me to care for him after my parents die. I would kill myself and then do that. Whenever I see his face, I start trembling. My blood boil, and I clench my teeth. I wish I had an average family and was loved. Since this topic is quite interesting, I want to add some comments. OP, you need to start making a plan. You'd be better off anywhere else. Do you have a trusted friend or family member you can confide in? Ask the guidance officer at your school to arrange a meeting and explain your concerns, the physical and mental abuse. Your parents not protecting you and being willing participants in the abuse being heaped on you means you may be able to have them charged. They owe you the duty of care and protection from your abusive adult brother. It's not right that you're the one being made to pay for the substandard parenting of an adult. I couldn't feel safe in that house. And I don't blame you for hating everything and everyone in the home. You're on your own. That's what they're saying. You're almost 18 and at an age where being out and alone could be challenging, but still the better option. At least you won't have to live in a toxic environment where you're a punching bag. Comment to autistic person here. I am sorry for what you are going through. That's rough. A is not the problem here. The fact that your parents allow him to be manipulative and abusive is, I guess, that you hate your parents as much as anything else, and your post says as much. It's miserable that it has come to this in your house. Not only am I autistic, but my daughter is as well, so I know what it's like to raise an atypical child. Autism. As far as the noises he makes and his stim behavior, those are things that he cannot help, and I ask you to consider what life is like for him. Those things should not be a source of shame or fault. However, the rest of his behavior is. Again, I'm sorry you are going through this, and hopefully, you can leave the home ASAP. Comment 3. If I'm being honest, it sounds like you want to be loved, similar to how your brother is loved. I've known multiple autistic men. Only one autistic girl, though. In truth, they can be tough even to be friends with. Often, they appear very selfish, and if you don't know any better, narcissistic. These individuals were higher functioning, my friends, than what it seems your brother must be. And sorry everyone, do that autism is cool today. They aren't all extraordinary geniuses counting cards. They're hardly different from you and me, and can be assholes. One of my neurodivergent friends was carrying on a relationship with a 13-year-old Gil, to whom he brought heroin and got caught. He had the understanding that this was wrong enough to hide it from all of us, but he got off with 4 months in county, and charges dropped due to his condition. If I'm not mistaken, he and the underage girl started back up after his release too. I too do not hate autistic people, but I do hate how people have turned a neurological disability into a TikTok trend. And you're an asshole if you point that out. Sorry if you find that offensive. It may not reflect your views on autism, but it demonstrates many people today. With that said, I will say that your parents should be doing more about his hurting you physically. From the sounds of it, you could find yourself in a hazardous situation with how he has been hitting you, and it is not okay or safe that your parents are not stepping in to prevent this. It's worse that they reinforce it by punishing you and defending him. I do believe that your parents cannot see your brother in the same way that you do. Who is perceiving him correctly, though? Maybe you and your parents see him as he is, but you can't step outside of your biases to see him fully. Human beings are very complex, and we all have multiple sides to ourselves. That includes a person with autism too. You are 17 years old, and your life has been spent as, I would assume, having to grow up the hard way like all the rest of us, while watching your brother only grow in size and age, but never grow up. God, that I imagine being so tricky. Knowing you're expected to hold yourself responsible for all your actions like that of any adult, but your brother gets his water fed to him. You are learning no responsibility whatsoever. Worse, he is learning to utilize his condition to get away with harming a girl when it suits him. Your parents are ignorant, and it is sad, but not necessarily their fault. It's just who they are. They have done your childhood a disservice. But did you favor adulthood? Your brother's life right now is all easy costing. But sadly, his future will be challenging. At its most straightforward, it will be in institutions and homes while you live an everyday life. So long as you can find a way to overcome your anger and resentment. His future will be on your parents. But I believe, based on the little I have read, your mom and dad have it extremely difficult and are living miserable lives, but they're only doing it to do what they feel is the best for you and your brother. They might be wrong, and their best might suck ass, but they are human. Therefore, they do not know just how much ass their best is sucking. I could feel sad for them. Not that you should, I'm just saying that I would. The last 20-something years have probably been difficult for them, and all they've wanted was to be good parents and raise healthy children who thrive and go places they never did. Meanwhile, for you, your life is just about to start. You have everything right out in front of you now. You are at the edge of all the real beginnings at this age. I'm sorry you are seemingly neglected. It is not an easy world. We are all just here trying our best and rarely noticing or wanting to admit when our best sucks assess LOL. And right now, you are a victim of that. I will think about your story someday and think, I wonder where that girl ever ended up. I hope she got out of that house and her life moved on forward to someplace she was happier. All right, that's it. Thank you guys for watching, and subscribe for more. We will see us again tomorrow. Until then, have a great day, night, or whatever you currently have. Don't forget to leave a comment and share your thoughts. Love y'all.